Let me call Dan Marino.
Hey, Rich, how are you?
It's not Dan Marino. Hello?
Close enough, right?
No, no, not even close.
Oh là là, oui, oui. And yeah, I'm not Dan Marino, but I think we still have a great time. How are you, Richmond?
I'm good, and I'm glad you brought that up because really, you are Dan Marino, but the way we're gonna differentiate you two is he is the Dan Marino, and you're Dan Marino. So when
Yeah.
anytime we say the Dan Marino, everybody knows who that is. So it won't be any confusion.
To be fair, I'm starting learning Italian. So I can go to Miami, say I'm Dan Marino. People say no, and I'm start talking Italian, and they say, "Oh yeah, you're Dan Marino." So this is good. Maybe
You
I will try
are
to throw the ball after.
you will
Let's see.
You will no, don't do that. Don't do that. You will always be Dan Marino, but you will not be the Dan Marino.
Yeah, for sure. Welcome everybody to the Friends Up Friday. Okay, it's a time to have fun because the Dolphins are three. No, not three. 0-3. We have to say like that.
0-3.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. But hey, what is the best game to start our new season and be 1-3 next week? It's the Jets on Monday Night Football, I guess. I hope they didn't deschedule that. So it will be the poor Monday Night Football standings. But anyways, let's go. Let's go talk about the Jets, Richmond.
Yeah, and you're right. We're both 0-3. Primetime game Monday night, and even though um, we didn't win the game up in Buffalo, I thought there were. I could tell it seemed like it was concerted effort that the team actually played harder. We made some mistakes that cost us or possibly definitely kind of took us out of that game. But I could tell there was more of an effort. It seemed like, and I think the fans can appreciate that. Buffalo is a tough place to play, and they're one of the better teams. But we came up short. But I feel much better going into Monday night after the effort I saw Thursday night against the Bills.
It's sure if you compare against between the Colts game and the Bills games, there is an evolution, but we're still losing. So, but the attitude is better. I mean, let's say that attitude is better. We talk about attitude, but I hope we will start talking about a winning game because, wow, we start the best year to do a show, 2025. 03, the first time on the Mike McDaniel era, he started
Yeah.
with that record. Crazy. Anyways, Richmond, you know it's easy to talk when we are on the couch in my position. So I will not judge anything about the play calling, the players, anything like that. I'm not qualified to that. But Richmond, if I mean against the Jets, I think it's for both teams. By the way, they can feel that they can win Monday. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a 50-50 game for me.
Yeah.
So, what is the three things which man you're looking for that particular game?
I'm looking. I think you look for improvement week in, week out, whether you win or whether you lose. Um, and I think it's almost like getting the monkey off your back if you can get that first win. And I know that nobody wants to go 0-3. I don't care what team, whatever, what sport, whatever. But I think they could definitely see that. They actually played at times with Buffalo. They matched up pretty well against them. So I think it answers the question of, do we have a good enough team to compete with anybody? I think we do. I mean, I think there's still some teams that are a little bit better than the Dolphins, just to be honest with you. But I think our hope is not lost. I guess that's what I'm saying. So I look forward to that. And then yeah, I don't get into the play calling and all that because that's above my pay grade. I mean, I play the sport and this and that, but it takes a real true skill to, not just call plays, but to know how to set it up, develop it. I only had to think about the left tackle position, but when you got to think about the whole offense, the offensive line, how to drop the scheme, to block it, the quarterback, the different coverages he has to go through, the receivers, the routes they got to run, the running back, tight end, all that, and then bring that all into one, and then get it to work. And that's just one play, and you got to do that for. I figure offense, you probably gonna play around 70 plays, and some of them you'll run more than one time, but just to knowing how to set it up and execute, that's a huge task. So those are kind of the things I'll be looking for. But I think we're knocking on that door. I do like that we're at home again Monday night against the Jets, and I look forward to us getting that first win of the season.
Yeah, and let's talk about something that has been very debate the past week. It's Chua's interception in fourth quarter. I mean, a lot of people are saying Chua's fault, not Chua's fault. I mean, I think I'm not trying to give a lesson to everybody, but it's still on the linebacker who make the interception. Even if the call sounds bad, the execution
Yeah.
sounds bad, maybe Waddle should be more in the middle, but in the same time you have a defensive tackle in front of Chua's face. It's a one-on-one game. He beat the guard, so you have to react quickly. So it's easy after that when you put the game on pause and you say, "Oh, he should have throw that, throw there. He should have look at the opposite." I mean, anyways, the only thing I'm saying is even only. I mean, you can spend an hour explaining it's Chua's fault. Of course,
Yeah.
it's everyone's fault. I mean, but at the end, I think it's better we improve us intellectually if we are all focused on how the linebacker did the play. He did the play. He read it and he intercepted. By the way, he
Yeah.
could drop the ball also and don't make the interception. That happened a lot of time into when you look at the defensive game. So all that debate, it's good for publicity, it's good for everything. But at the end of the day, let's credit the personnel who make the plays, like a kicker, like a punter, like a defense making a great game, a great play. So that's my thought on that. What is your thought on that?
Yeah, my thought is it's always easier said than done. I say that all the time, regardless what it is, until you put in that position. And I'll tell people, those guys get paid on the other side of the ball too. They get to, they got to make plays at times too. It's part of the game. If you never making no plays, you're not going to be in the league long. But um, I think the narrative, and I've said this before, I think the narrative has to be changed. And I think what some people had an issue was he did. They say he didn't take accountability by that was his fault. I think Tua knows that's his fault. He's been playing the game since a little kid, so I think he knows that. But I almost lost my thought there. But it's the narrative I'm talking about is if the Dolphins win, they'll say Tua won. If the Dolphins lose, they'll say Tua lost the game. And there's so many factors. A lot of times, sometimes the Dolphins could possibly win and Tua don't have a great game, or he could have a great game and they lose. But I guess the way I try to look at it is you win as a team, you lose as a team. Do you need good quarterback play to win games? Of course, but that's not the determining factor all the time. You need the running back to do his job. You need the receivers to catch the football. And there are times when balls are thrown and when they're not caught, they'll say, well, he was 5 of 20. He wasn't, but I'm just saying they'll look at it and say, well, he only completed 25% of his passes. Well, how many of those were actual catchable balls, or how many of them were? It's so many factors go into it. So I
Yeah,
always say, focus on the Dolphins win and the Dolphins loses. And if you want to pick out players that didn't play well, don't just pick out the quarterback. Try to go through there and give everybody their fair share. If they win, say this guy had a hell of a game or this guy had a hell. Don't just pick out one guy. And I think it's too much weight, and not just with the Dolphins, but just across the league that quarterbacks are put on. I mean, that's the marketing deal. I get it, this and that, but at the same time, if we're gonna win as a team and lose as a team, they're gonna make mistakes. I made mistakes. It's just part of it. You just try not to make. You try to minimize your mistakes, and try not to make penalties that cost a team. You keep that to a minimum, you have a lot better chance of winning football games.
Exactly, and I will take a very easy example. If you want to see how good you was on the field, Richmond, first look at how good Bruce Smith was on the field. If we look at those matchups you have, because if by knowing the greatness of Bruce Smith, everyone knows him. Of course, he is in the Hall of Fame. But if you look at very specifically on the game, you can see it was a danger in every second. So
Every
it's
single
the
play.
same. It's the same with any players. I mean, it's always easy to say we can do better, we can do better. You can pick another team, by the way. It's your
Yeah,
choice to pick the Dolphins, so you have to deal with it. and you was probably saying thank for Tua also. So now you have to assume it's your responsibility as a fan. So this is it. But anyways, it make me fun because it's crazy that there is thing happen. We should all talk and we should all praise what is happening, and we just stay focused on one play, and he say it's to our fault, so we jump on that. Easy,
yeah.
it's easy.
And,
But
and I think that's the part of being a fan. And sometimes we all got to dial it back. Sometimes I have to catch myself and dial it back and say, hey, it's not like they're trying to do this all the time. Sometimes it's other factors that determine it. It's not always the players. Sometimes you could not have the right offense or defense. I've been in games where it seemed like um, it's a chess match between the players. It's a chess match between the coordinators, the guys calling the plays, and that. So I tell everybody got good players. Some are better at other in certain positions, but everybody got playmakers on their team, but maybe not in the same areas. But that's just the league, and then you just got to know how to put your players in the best position to where they can maximize their talent to showcase and help you win football games.
yeah, for sure. And you know why I will never be a great quarterback? Because I will be too much focused on watching the cheerleaders. That's my problem. So end of career. Very easy. I'm sorry for the joke, but I had to do it. Hey, Richmond, let's do the if you were a coach for next week. So you are Monday night. National TV is there. Everybody will watch the game. All three. What you say to the players?
Uh, Monday night. I think this is the perfect opportunity. If I'm a coach talking to the team and say, "Hey, nobody else is playing. It's two teams playing tonight: the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets, and this is a perfect opportunity to correct some of the misconceptions. Or yeah, we're 0-3. We're not denying that, but are we who people saying we are? I think this is an opportunity we go out here and show people that how we play Dolphin football and how we can come out, execute, and dominate and have a great game. And then that'll give the analysts the following day something to talk about, like, where was this it the first three games, this and that. What's important is you're getting on track. So we can't change the first three games, but we can change the game tonight. So let's go out here, put it on the line for your brothers and don't be the weak link.
If I were a coach, I would just say, don't watch the cheerleader. And so, with that, we can jump on the web speak. A fan will join us. So, let's make enter the fan who is. And this is Paris from Mexico. How are you, Paris?
Fine, thank you guys. Thanks for having me here.
It's a great privilege, and I will just share a few words in Spanish for the entire Mexican community. Para todos mis hermanos en México, muchas gracias por haberme abierto vuestros brazos y vuestros corazón, porque me siento muy bien con vosotros y tengo que dar un saludo fuerte a Armando Basurto, que ha sido como un hermano para mí, el jefe, el patrón. así lo tenemos que presentar y ojalá que un día nos vemos, pues puede ser en Madrid este año o en algún día en México o en Miami y muchas gracias por todo el amor y el corazón que me habéis dado. Vamos ahora en inglés. Go back to English.
Yes.
Richmond, your show, your partner,
Yeah.
I'm off.
No, don't leave us. We want you to be here with us. But parents, thanks again for coming on the show. You know, me and Dan decided to do something different by have a little bit more fun. You know, we got enough podcasts and stuff. So first of all, if you don't mind, kind of tell everybody, how you chose the Dolphins, give us a little history and stuff like that. So you got the floor. So uh kind of tell us what's going on and how it all got started.
Man, what a privilege to be here with you. You interviewing me. Our last conversation was other way around. So I became a Dolphin fan about at 7 years old. Football wasn't a sport in Mexico, so we got glimpses of football time and then. So I loved the dolphins as a kid. The animals, when I knew a team was called Miami Dolphins, and then a quarterback like Dan Marino went to the team, man, it was no option for me. I just became a Dolphin.
Oh, that's awesome. And you brought up Mexico. I'm from Texas. I grew up in Texas, so we right next door neighbors. And then the
Yeah.
interesting thing was I actually got an opportunity to play when I was with the Dolphins. We played a game in Mexico City against the Broncos. I don't know. Are you in Mexico City?
I was there, man. I was there. I saw you play. I saw Dan play. It was a privilege for me. And besides, we were playing against John Elway's Broncos, so it was a double privilege, really.
Yeah, both of those guys, Marino and Elway, they were in that. I guess they call it the quarterback class. It was like six quarterbacks taken in the first round, but probably some of the greatest to ever lace them up and play the game. So I know those were
Agree.
some dynamic battles. That was preseason, but I think anytime you play against one of your peers and you have great respect and you've been competitors over the years, it was always great. But I didn't know. I always thought like Tokyo or City of China was the largest city, but I got there and me, Zach Thomas, and Terrell Davis from the Broncos. We came over a few months earlier to kind of promote the game, and they took us around on a tour, and they told us Mexico City is the largest city in the world. And I was like, I didn't know that, but it was kind of cool to learn the history and ate some great food. And man, y'all rolled out the red carpet and everything. So I had a tremendous time, and I know soccer is huge everywhere, but got to play in that stadium and all that, and it was a different feeling. So um,
Yes.
definitely that. So you started as a kid as a Dolphin fan. Do you make it to any games like currently, like during the season? Will you make it to Miami, or do you try to make any games during the season?
Yeah, yeah. I went to the New England game
Okay.
in the home opener.
Yep.
In the home opener,
Cool.
I was there, man.
Okay. 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 So, what else? I'm going to ask you.
Yes.
We got okay. Let's talk about this. The Jets. We got the Jets coming up. It's Monday night, and
Yes.
I feel so much better. Even though we didn't beat Buffalo, I feel so much better. It seemed like the effort was just another level. So I think we're getting things together. But always excited to play against the Jets. It's definitely been one of our rivalries for the longest. But what I'm really excited about is, I guess they did the reveal. And have you seen the uniforms we're gonna wear for the Monday Night Football game? I gotta,
Yes, man.
I gotta get me a
Man.
jersey. I gotta get me something. I mean, I think after I left the Dolphins, they came out with the orange jerseys. They played like a Sunday
Yeah.
night Monday. I was like, man, that's pretty cool. But yeah, they changed the game with the helmet and everything this time. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to um, watching Monday night, and I think we'll get our first win. I know the Jets haven't won a game, and we haven't. But what do you think? You think we're good Monday night, or what's your feeling, Paris?
Well, man, I got the jersey. I got the black jersey. Well, deep blue
Yep.
jersey in my visit to the home opener. I was lucky because the store at Wednesday opened the merchandise, the deep blue merchandise. So I got the opportunity to buy a jersey and a chain jersey. And about next Monday, I think it's gonna be difficult, but I think we're gonna grab the W. I think that Tua and company are going to play better than we're playing against the Bills, and that will be enough to take the Jets.
Yeah, and you know what? You bring up some valid points, Paris, and I think what a lot of people don't understand, and it's not just Dolphin fans. I just think it's just fans in general. Typically, most NFL games are decided by like 3 points or less. If you look at the overall average, so sometimes you might beat a team by a touchdown or two touchdowns or whatever. But once you average it out, they're a lot closer than what they are. But I agree with you. I feel good. I think things are coming together, and we can kind of turn this season around. And I'm going to support the guys because I think they definitely, when you're going through a rough patch like this, it helps build morale not only with your teammates supporting you, but if you kind of got the fan base saying, "Hey, we know it's not y'all. We gonna hang in there with you. We not happy either. I know y'all not happy, and let's try to get this thing turned around." So um, I'm not gonna predict the score for Monday night, but I do agree. I think we get the win, and I think we get our first W, and we're gonna be on our way after that.
Yeah, man. I think we win by three. I don't think I don't like to make the score to predict the score,
Yeah.
but I think we win by three. A field goal, the last minute or so.
I'll take it, brother. Hey, and we saw a couple of instances this past weekend where either a field goal won it, or blocked the field goal, ran it back for points, this and that. So I think that's the exciting thing about the NFL. You might win a game, but it doesn't necessarily always happen the way you expect it to. But yeah, I'll take that. I'm with you, and man, I'm glad you could come on the show and spend a few minutes. And it's
Yeah.
really been a blessing for me because I'm meeting, I mean, Mexico, Germany, France. I'm meeting people from all over. Some of them I already met before, but for people to take time to come on the show with me and Dan, I think it's important, and I can appreciate that people take time because we're trying to have fun. We're not trying to figure out this and that or look into a crystal ball. I don't want to do that. We got enough good podcasters and analysts out there doing that. So I'm gonna stay in my lane. I want to have fun. I want to just be a fan and root for the team like you guys and hang out with y'all. So just wanted to say, go ahead, go ahead.
Well, thanks, man. It's been a privilege to me to be interviewed by you. But I might ask something to you, Richmond.
Yeah.
Little question.
Okay.
What happens in your experience when when a team gets in a patch like this, like three losses in a row? So what happens in the locker room? Is it a place where you can grab confidence from around the strength of the people around you, or maybe will just be like, oh man, I'm gonna play for me and everybody else I don't give.
Yeah, I think the thing, and I really, and I say this all the time, I really feel for the players that play in this current era because it's so much more coverage. You have your regular TV, cable TV, you have YouTube, you have all your social media outlets. A lot of people have podcasts. So I think the thing is you got to come together, stick together. And I think like even though they didn't win last week, I think they played well enough. So when you watch the film, you correct some things. And then, like you said, if we get this first W on Monday, everybody feels better. You know what I'm saying? The media feels better. They're gonna ask you still tough questions. Well, why y'all couldn't do this the first 3 weeks? Somebody's gonna ask you a question that kind of piss you off, but this is part of the business. You got to be able to maintain your composure and answer them. But the main thing is sticking together. I think if you start trying to play for yourself, you kind of going into a selfish mode because everybody's hurting. So long as they kind of stick together and just trust the process and say, man, we're going to fix this and we're going to come out of it. Once they get a win, a lot of time that's all it takes to really get going. So that's why I'm hoping, or I believe we're going to get the win against the Jets on Monday night.
I do too.
It's perfect, and because Richmond changed the rule, you don't want to predict a score. I have to change the bet. You know what we do, Richmond? Next week we do a little introduction in Spanish together. What do you think about that? Are you comfortable?
You want me to give you, Paris? You know, I hope you wasn't too rough. I did a little French. It was. I didn't do it justice, brother. You know what I'm saying? But
no, it was great. I mean, he did the effort, and he did
I
an
gave
entire
an effort.
sentence.
That's about it. And I probably
And he
got
did
an
an
F.
entire sentence. He just not say just a bonjour. He did an entire sentence. So it was
was
great,
rough,
and it
brother.
was an honor that he took his time to that. So I think we can do something for the Mexican community and do
definitely.
something for them. And I just want to say that we want to spend much more time with all the fans in the world because we will talk a lot, but the show has to stay in a comfort time to give the shot to the show to people watching. But we will be creating some space during the season, maybe during a live or stuff like that, to be able to connect and exchange a little more. So we will be blessed if you come back, Paris. Also, mi hermano Armando, que él sabe siempre que tiene la puerta abierta, como siempre. Y estamos muy felices. We are very happy. Richmond, it's your show. You close it.
Hey, thanks again. And Dan, I forgot to mention, I'll be going down for a fan club weekend. That's against the Chargers. So I met a lot of people in the Mexico Dolphin fan club. And then when we played the Texans last year, I took a picture with a lot of people from Dolphins fan club in Mexico. So everybody always treats me great. They fed me, took care of me. I didn't even have to eat when I got in the stadium. They had a tailgate and everything. So thank you. But like Daniel said, we'll do something. I think we're really having a lot of fun, and we appreciate the fans coming in and taking time. So thank you again, Paris, and let's get that W on Monday night against the Jets.
I hope so, man. So you're going to the Chargers again?
I will be there.
Okay. Maybe I just go meet you.
But come on. Hey, they're going to have something. I think it's going to be at Bow Campers. All the fan clubs going to be over there. If you come over there, come hang out with us, man. Don't big time, but you can hang with Mr. Ross later. Come on over with the fans, man.
I want a picture.
Yes, man. Thank you.
I want a picture.
Y cuando quieras. Y cuando quieras, Dani, Cuando quieras, Dani, aquí estoy.
With Richmond, you take a picture, you send it to me. I will be an entire thing for the entire season that he speak with and he met in real time. I think it's a great story. And just to remember to everybody in Mexico and in the world, you love the Miami Dolphins, you love the legend of the Miami Dolphins. This man needs support to the Hall of Fame. Show love to Richmond every day, and we will make him elected. So para todos la gente México, apoyas a Richmond Webb. Thank you everybody, and all have a great day.
Thank you.
Gracias.